Getting ready to head out on our big trip to Athens, Ohio, to the MidOhio Vintage Sports or Vintage Motorcycle Weekend. I just wanted to go over a little bit of our setup for the trip. You can see I got my 2009 Triumph Tiger 1050, my go-to. Well, it's my only motorcycle that goes on the road. And I just wanted to explain a little bit about the setup it is. Of course, we have our Garmin 450 GPS, which is the absolute necessity because you plan your routes on Google Maps, download it to Basecamp, create a route, and then that becomes your line that you don't have to worry about maps or nothing. You just follow that line. Inside, I have a Joe Rocket tank bag that's magnetic. Several compartments. Here I keep my earplugs, which is use a different set. Not every time, but every few times. This is the packet that's ostensibly for the phone. This phone pocket is too small for a phone, but I don't like to look at my phone when I'm riding anyway. So what I use this for, this little pocket, is for my wallet. So I put my wallet here, earplugs here, and I put the GoPro actually right in here. Because I don't mount the GoPro like on the handlebar or facing rearward. I like to keep it on a little handle. You can't see it, but I have it on a little handle. So what I like to do is to have the GoPro in the bag. Okay, you're in the bag, and then I see something, so I actually pull it out while I'm riding, and I can film while I'm riding a little bit, and then I can stuff it back in the case. Moving on to the seat is a Airhawk. This is one of the old neoprene ones that are, I think, maybe a little better than the new PVC ones. It works well for long trips. The important thing about it is to keep it pretty well deflated so it doesn't feel like much. That way it adds some comfort. Of course, I've got my two saddlebags. Inside this saddlebag is another bag that has basically all my clothes and toiletries for 4 or 5 days. In this saddlebag, I have a bag containing everything from my Kindle, air pressure gauge, notes, tire repair kit, air pressure, headlamp, and another important thing is you got to have your cap when you get off, especially as hot as it is now. We definitely want a cap when you get off. And then your street shoes. Very important. I only carry one pair of street shoes. This pair of street shoes is everything from going to a restaurant to walking down to the shower at the campground, the whole 9 yards. And then, of course, my little squirt bottle with a towel on it. That's what I clean my visor with because I'm sure there will be buku bugs on this trip. There'll be bugs every time you stop you'll need to clean. Moving on, I got my Wolfman Expedition. This one is a medium-sized bag, I believe. It's the 24, maybe it's the big one. No, it may be 28. I think it's a large, Expedition large. I've had it for many years, durable. I would definitely highly recommend a Expedition bag. I've also put my Camelback, strapped the Camelback as a backpack on the Expedition. That way I can use my giant 5 or 3 liter bladder because it's super hot out there. You need a lot of hydration, so you need to carry that 3 liters with you. Every time we stop, we get a drink of water out of the backpack. As you might guess, the Camelback is not waterproof, so only thing I have in here are some snacks. I always take lots of Cliff Bars for the trip, just in case you don't always find a place to eat or you don't always get some relief. You can always grab a Cliff Bar. Always good for filling you up a little bit. Elsewhere inside here, I keep some space. It's important to have empty space when you're riding because when you stop at a grocery store to get some groceries or other beverages, you always have a place to put it when you're riding back to camp. So that's what the function of that is. Oh, inside the Expedition bag is what? That's the camping gear. That's tent, sleeping bag, not as if you need one. I also have a mat, my expedition mat. I've got a camp chair, and I've got my camp pillow. And I've got towels, a towel washcloth, and soap and shampoo. So basically all the camping stuff is in the yellow bag. Everything you need if you're stopped and camped is at the yellow bag. If I'm stopping at a hotel, I don't need the yellow bag at all. So that's it. I got the tires aired up, got the chain tensioned correctly. The rear tire is maybe got a couple thousand miles on it left. I think one more trip and we'll be due for a change. Other than that, you'll follow us tomorrow when we leave on our epic journey to MidOhio, Vintage Days, and Athens, Ohio, Twisties. See you then.